where after 470 days of conflict, a fragile sense of peace has returned to Gaza as children's laughter replaces the sounds of bombs. The UN's Philippe Lazzarini described as a good first day of the ceasefire, with aid and supplies flowing smoothly in. However, he stressed that the ceasefire must continue to hold for lasting peace and stability in the region. Meanwhile, in a significant development, the International Committee of the Red Cross successfully facilitated the release of the captives, with 3 people transferred from Gaza to Israel, while 90 Palestinian detainees were brought back to the occupied Palestinian territory. The ICRC President Mirjana Spolik expressed relief that these individuals could be reunited with their families as well, despite the complex and the dangerous conditions involved in the operations. Furthermore, on the humanitarian front, more than 630 trucks have entered Gaza, delivering essential supplies to the war-torn region. While the flow of aid continues, UN officials warned that the dire humanitarian needs remain critical, urging all the parties to ensure the swift and the safe delivery of the assistance. All right, joining me on the broadcast for the special discussion is Israel Embassy spokesperson Guy Neer. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you speaking to us at this point of time. As we have seen, after the truce was achieved, a major breakthrough has happened, and as the developments are coming at this point of time, does Israel feel positive after the repatriation of 3 hostages is what the main and my first concern is.
We are feeling very positive. We've been asking for over 470 days for our hostages to be returned home, and we're happy to see them finally be reunited with their families. I remind you that these people were viciously attacked and stolen from their families while they were sleeping over a year ago, of no fault and no wrongdoing on their own. And we're very happy to see them back, and we're very hopeful to have this be finished, resolved, and have all of our hostages. We have still 94 hostages left in Gaza. Bring all of them home back as soon as possible.
On that note, it is also very important to understand the entire ceasefire process. There are phases being there. Can you help us understand a bit more in that context? What are the phases of the ceasefire deal that would be now performed next, as one is already underway?
Right. So this agreement is gradual. We're hoping that it will be complete, meaning that by the end of the agreement, all the hostages will be back. This is the first phase. During the first phase, we're looking to retrieve 33 hostages that are held in Hamas captivity. The way that this is going to unfold is each week we're going to be receiving additional hostages from Hamas in return for another week of ceasefire.
In your opinion, Mr. Guy, then do you think at this point that peace has been fully restored, or still there is the conflict that has been raging?
I think it is too soon to tell for 2 reasons. One is we didn't reach the objectives of the war yet, right? We still have Hamas aiming and threatening to kill our civilians every day. We still have the hostages in Hamas captivity, so this is nowhere near to be resolved until all of the hostages are back, until Hamas is no longer threatening Israel. And the second thing is we really need to see this being unfolding successfully, because and we've seen this before, just because we have signed a deal with Hamas doesn't mean that they're going to execute it fully. They have broken agreements in the past. We really need to see that this is something that unfolds completely, and that we're getting all of our hostages back.
Then in that case, Mr. Guy, what needs to happen to understand that that Palestinians have their own elected government and Hamas is unable to return on that matter?
for them to have their own government, that is really up to them. Israel is we are not a part of them deciding the way that they're going to elect their officials. We heard the Palestinian Authority saying that they want to assume responsibility for the Gaza Strip. If that happens, great. If another form of government comes to power, great. As long as it's not a terror organization. You need to understand. Right now, we have a neighbor on our fence, on our border, that is a terror organization. It's a mini terror country that is threatening our survival. No other country in the world will allow a terror country to reside at its border and fire rockets every day for the last 20 years. We need to bring this terror to a stop. We can't live like this.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.